When 2 minutes of sports just isn't enough, watch Oregon Sports Report. Weeknights at 10:30 on locally owned Oregon's Fox.
Coming up on Oregon Sports Report, Taggart to tally. Despite denying reports in recent days that he had interest in coaching at Florida State, Willie Taggart bolted home to Florida, leaving the Ducks in limbo as the bowl game approaches.
We can't really get mad at him for it. That's his decision, and we just have to wish him, the best of luck at Florida State.
So what does it all mean? Which assistants stay? Will the recruiting class hold up? And who's up next? We caught up with Oregon legend Mike Bellotti to get his take.
It's his home. His mother still lives there. It's where his best recruiting has been done.
In Corvallis, Jonathan Smith is starting to assemble his staff while Wayne Tinkle's basketball team look to win 2 in a row tonight. Plus the Blazers host the Wizards and more. You're watching Oregon Sports Report.
We've done everything to support our commitment to get here today, and I'm disappointed.
And it starts right now.
He was just saying that he's always wanted to do this since he was a kid, and he's following his dream and doing what's best for his family. So we can't really get mad at him for it. That's his decision, and we just have to wish him the best of luck at Florida State.
December 7th, 2016, Willie Taggart was named the Oregon Ducks head football coach. It was expected to be the start of a new era, but here we sit 363 days later, and Coach Taggart is on the move yet again. That's right, it has been confirmed that Willie Taggart will be the next head coach at Florida State. He took off just a few hours ago from Eugene. This is the plane at the Eugene airport headed to Tallahassee, Florida. After leading the Ducks to a 7-5 record, he will next replace Jimbo Fisher at Florida State, who took the Texas A&M job last week. Taggart recruited 7 players from the state of Florida for the Ducks 2018 class. We'll have to wait and see if those players stay committed to the green and yellow for next season. Meanwhile, Oregon Athletic Director Rob Mullins held a press conference today to address the recent departure of Taggart. Our own Sky Muller has the story.
Willie Taggart was known for his phrases, do something, have a great day if you want to. Winning is living. Well, recently, when he was asked multiple times if he would be coaching the Ducks in their bowl game and in 2018, he had another popular phrase.
Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I be? I'm the football coach.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, one reason, because Florida State was calling, and it was pretty clear that's his dream school. I asked Athletic Director Rob Mullins if he felt this was the one school that could pull Coach Taggart from Oregon.
Obviously, what he explained to me was it was a place that he admired as a youngster and early on in his career. And that was the one place that he admired. I don't know that I could assess. You'd have to ask him whether it was the only one. But it was certainly one that held a special place in his heart from a young age.
Despite Coach Taggart telling us that there was nothing to report last week, Rob Mullins noted that Florida State reached out to both him and Willie Taggart last Thursday. And 5 days later, Taggart is gone. It's a decision players voiced their displeasure with on social media, and it didn't leave Mullins happy either.
Yeah, I was disappointed. We sat down a year ago, and we made a commitment to him. He made a commitment to us. We've done everything to support our commitment to get here today, and I'm disappointed.
The Ducks had been in contract negotiations with Willie Taggart since before the Civil War, and those carried all the way through Monday, trying to extend him and keep him at Oregon. But ultimately, the Florida State offer just too good for Coach Taggart to pass up. So now the Ducks move forward. They make Mario Cristobal their interim head coach as they start prepping for the Las Vegas Bowl. From the Hatfield-Dowling Complex, I'm Sky Muller. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, thanks, Sky. Oregon football players will now have 3 different head coaches in 3 years. Taggart broke the news to the team in a team meeting earlier today. We caught up with Oregon safety Brady Breeze right after that meeting.
I feel like everyone's pretty sad right now. I feel like as time goes on, we're going to be like, okay, he's going to Florida State and that's his dream school. But right now people are kind of frustrated because we're still focused on the Vegas Bowl, like, Taggart's going to help us win this Vegas Bowl. But now without him, we're just going to have to come together as a team.
And again, offensive line coach Mario Cristobal has been named the interim head coach for the bowl game. Well, this news will surely impact potential future Ducks more than current players. Taggart, as one of the premier recruiters in the country, landed the highest recruiting class in school history, but now this 2018 class might be history. Recruits took to Twitter like four-star athlete out of Tigard Braden Lenzy, who said, quote, "I'd like to thank the Oregon Ducks fans and everyone who has supported me, but due to the loss of Coach Taggart and possibly other staff members, I have decided to decommit from the University of Oregon. It hurts for me to do this, but I have to do what's best for my future and give myself the chance to evaluate other schools. I will still take an official to UO and consider them once the new staff is in place. I am now officially reopening my recruitment to all schools." End quote. Well, we caught up with former Oregon head football coach Mike Bellotti earlier today. Bellotti has over 30 years of coaching experience under his belt. He weighed in on Taggart's decision to leave the Ducks after just one season.
That doesn't surprise me. I think when the first thing came up, I said that he's gone. It's his home. His mother still lives there. It's where his best recruiting has been done. And if you get that chance, I actually wrote him a note, text back and forth to him a couple of times and just said, hey, good luck. Do what's best for you and your family. I hope it's stay with the Ducks. But if not, then best of luck. And he said, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Well, it certainly was a roller coaster for Coach Taggart throughout his time at Oregon. Our own Hayden Herrera recaps Taggart's short but eventful journey in Eugene.
Willie Taggart's Oregon tenure didn't even reach the one-year anniversary. December 7th, 2016, the Ducks officially announced Taggart as the 33rd head football coach in school history. 2 days later, his introductory press conference, where Taggart immediately won over the fans.
Thank you all very much and have a great day if you want to.
His first few months on the job weren't easy. In January, 3 Oregon student-athletes were hospitalized after a series of strength and conditioning off-season workouts. In February, Taggart's offensive coordinator David Reeves resigned, just weeks after Reeves was arrested on charges of DUII. In July, star wide receiver Darren Carrington arrested on a DUII charge. 2 weeks later, Taggart dismissed Carrington from the team. Then the season arrived, and it started with a bang. Tony Brooks-James taking the opening kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown in a 56-point win over Southern Utah. Taggart went through non-conference play undefeated, but Pac-12 play didn't start as smoothly. A loss at Arizona State was rebounded by a home win over Cal, but sophomore quarterback Justin Herbert fractured his collarbone in the game. The offense was then put in the hands of true freshman quarterback Braxton Burmeister. The youngster took his lumps as a starter with 3 consecutive losses. But the Ducks' losing streak finally came to an end on Halloween weekend, taking down Darren Carrington in Utah in a 41-20 victory. Burmeister started one final game at Washington, and the Ducks suffered a 35-point loss. Then the return of Herbert for Oregon's home game against Arizona, where the Ducks' defense shut down Wildcats quarterback Khalil Tate. Oregon earned their 6th win of the season, making them bowl eligible. Then the regular season finale, the 121st Civil War. In a game that was truly no contest, Oregon took the lead immediately and never looked back. A 69-10 win over the Beavers, the largest win in Civil War history. Then the rumor mill started churning. First with the Florida job.
Dad, are we moving again? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Then with Florida State.
Can you guarantee nervous Oregon fans that you will coach in the Vegas Bowl?
Why wouldn't I?
Taggart leaves Eugene with a 7-5 record, but also with a lot of questions. What will happen to the Ducks' highly touted recruiting class? Which of the current staff will stick around to coach the Las Vegas Bowl? And most importantly, who will become the 34th head football coach in Oregon history?
Well, that's to be determined. Thank you, Hayden. Oregon is not the only college football program that has to start fresh with a new head coach next season. Check out this list. These are the coaching changes for some of the bigger schools that we've seen in 2018. Plenty of changes in the Pac-12. Herm Edwards is taking over at Arizona State, along with Chip Kelly's return to the conference. Scott Frost took over Mike Riley's gig at Nebraska. Frost will coach his alma mater after turning around the UCF football program. And now that Taggart is officially gone, the search is on for yet another Oregon head football coach. Here's a list of some rumored candidates from outside the program. Washington State head coach Mike Leach recently interviewed for the Tennessee job. He is not heading to Knoxville following the firing of their athletic director. Kevin Sumlin is a pretty hot name after losing his job at Texas A&M to Jimbo Fisher. And a former Duck coach, Jeff Tedford, and a former Duck player, Justin Wilcox, are rumored to be considered. Mario Cristobal has been promoted to interim head coach for the Las Vegas Bowl. He will be a strong candidate as well. Well, the Oregon State football program also underwent some coaching changes earlier today. Beavers' newly named head coach Jonathan Smith hired his first assistant coaches, and he stayed in the Pac-12 for these hires. Smith has brought on former Colorado co-offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren. Lindgren spent the last 5 seasons in Boulder helping lead the Buffs offense and coaching the quarterbacks. Lindgren is expected to be the Beavers' offensive coordinator next season. And Smith also brought on former Beaver Trent Bray onto the coaching staff. Bray served as the Beavers linebackers coach back in 2013. Bray spent the past 3 seasons as Nebraska's linebackers coach under then head coach Mike Riley. He ranks 6th in school history with 337 career tackles during his Beaver career. It's unclear what exactly his coaching role will be under Smith. Reports also state that Smith has hired former Arizona offensive line coach Jim Mahalchik to coach the Beavers O-line next season. Well, here on Oregon Sports Report, we want to remind you to try to exercise every single day. Young kids had a blast playing soccer at Graham Field back during the Summer Soccer Fun Days. It was organized by Kids Sports and Lane United Football Club. The adults just set up the events and then let the kids take over. Staying active is one of the best ways to stay healthy, so get out and play, people. Still ahead on Oregon Sports Report, the Oregon State men's basketball team could match last season's win total with a victory tonight at Gill Coliseum. We'll show you how Tinkle and the gang fared against Eastern Kentucky. Plus, the Titans seem unstoppable at home. We'll hear from Marcus Mariota on why that's been the case after this.
The Golden State Warriors have just dominated this series.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm originally from Cleveland. I'm a diehard Cavs fan. I was actually at Game 3 right before I came here, and that was a tough loss because imagine if the Cavs had held on, what we would be talking about right now. No, and that's a good segue into what happened tonight on the hardwood because the Cavs brought it.
You watch this game, Cavs trying to avoid getting swept, the Golden State going for a 16-0 perfect postseason. We go to Quicken Loans, the Q, that's right, the cool kids call it
The Q was on fire tonight.
To the land. All right, help me through this one.
All right, first quarter, LeBron. Oh, no good, but Tristan Thompson finally getting some rebounds right back to LeBron, puts it in and one. You knew it was going to be this kind of night when the Cavs got off to a hot start from the very beginning. We go to the second quarter. Sky,
they were scoring at will. 86 points in the first half. How about that? Who was that from deep? I missed that one.
Oh, J.R. Smith. He was feeling this tonight.
Swish.
J.R. Swish.
Back to LeBron with the floater. Was it just rowdy in the queue?
I mean, unbelievable. The Cavs set a record tonight. Most points ever scored in the first half of an NBA Finals game. Most points in any half. I mean, they had 86 at halftime. It was incredible.
LeBron doing what LeBron does, the king. Throws it off the backboard to himself.
It was like an all-star game tonight. You know what I think the difference was? The Cavs were playing carefree. They really almost had nothing to lose. They were really just feeling it. Everyone was expecting them to lose, and they were playing free, and this is what happens. They win the game by 21 points tonight.
Today's National Watermelon Day, by the way. We told you that at the start of the show. I tried my best to celebrate the national holiday earlier today in the sports office.
Ew!
As you can see, well, I did not think I was going to pop up on screen here. This is a little weird. But that was Alex yelling, "Ew!" He's our producer. But like I said, I just love watermelon. And that's why I wore a pink polo today, represent for Watermelon Day. And we'll see what's in store for tomorrow. Have a good night. And the Emeralds win this one 5-2. That extends their winning streak to 6 games now. We go live to PK Park, and we catch up with the manager of this team, Jesus Feliciano. Jesus, 6 in a row. How's it feel?
It feels great. You know, we had a slow start, and especially with the young talent that we have, I know it's not an easy thing, you know, playing in front of crowd, especially the Latin kids. But it's been so much fun lately, and I know they're getting more comfortable playing here at the PK.
Jesus, part of the slow start, is that with these guys just finally getting to know each other? I mean, they basically show up and they play baseball the next day. Are these guys finally getting to know each other and the chemistry is building?
Yeah, it's building, and these guys have been working together since spring training on. And the thing is that most of these kids haven't played in front of crowd. They played last year. Some of these guys played last year in the Dominican Summer League in front of no one. You know, so for them to come here at PK, you know, played in front of a big crowd, going on the road. Now we're going to Vancouver, so it's a great atmosphere over there. It's a little tough for them, you know, and it's normal. They're human, and now they're